month. You get the same thing, you still do it, and it's just every month you keep doing it, and then these are cheap book good, you check it somewhere else. You know what I mean? That's one way to
Jason.
Yes, we pay for the layouts. Yes.
There's something about the Kelce brothers that makes even the most mundane moment feel electric. Maybe it's their towering presence, their infectious energy, or the ever-present possibility that a pop superstar might materialize nearby. Whatever the reason, when Jason and Travis Kelce touched down in Lake Tahoe for the annual celebrity golf tournament, the air seemed almost to crackle with anticipation. It wasn't just the fans or the golf aficionados who felt it. The entire scene at Edgewood Tahoe Golf Course shimmered with the sense that something memorable was about to unfold. It was Thursday evening, and the summer sun was just beginning its slow descent over the jagged peaks that rim the lake. Most of the field, names like Charles Barkley, Steph Curry, and Aaron Rodgers, had already cycled through their practice rounds, the crowd trailing from tee to green, phone cameras aloft. But the Kelce brothers, true to form, opted for their own approach. They waited for the crowds to thin, for the energy to settle, before making their way onto the driving range. There, in the golden hush of late afternoon, they set about quietly preparing for the days ahead. Jason, the older of the two and recently retired from the NFL, was the first to take a swing. His iron sliced sharply to the right, and he muttered a subdued, "Wow," that drifted across the nearly empty range. Travis, meanwhile, looked every inch the confident pro, his warm-up swing smooth and measured, his drives arcing high and true into the Nevada sky. If there was any sibling rivalry in the air, it was the sort that builds legends, the kind that keeps both competitors and spectators on their toes. The brothers were not alone. Each carried 2 cans of their signature garage beer, the labels bright against their golf bags. Travis wore a head cover emblazoned with the logo of their New Heights podcast, a subtle nod to their ever-expanding media empire. Before they began their practice session in earnest, they mingled with a small group of fellow competitors and tournament staff, filming promotional content for their beer company and swapping stories with the easy camaraderie of old friends. But as they settled into their groove, there was a sense of focus, of anticipation. They weren't just here to shake hands and sign autographs. They were here to compete. And with $750,000 in prize money on the line, the stakes were real. For Jason and Travis, golf is more than a pastime. It's a new arena for the same fierce, joyful competition that has defined their relationship since childhood. Growing up in Ohio, their battles were fought on backyard fields and basketball courts, each pushing the other to be faster, tougher, smarter. Now, with their NFL days behind them, at least for Jason, the golf course is where the rivalry lives on. On the range, this dynamic played out in subtle ways. Jason's self-deprecating humor, Travis's playful swagger, the way they egged each other on after every shot. When Jason sent a drive soaring, a little too high, a little too right, he called it a good baseball shot. And Travis laughed, the sound ringing out like a challenge. It's this authenticity that has made the Kelce brothers beloved, not just as athletes, but as personalities. They bring a sense of fun to everything they do, an irreverence that makes even their failures feel like part of the show. You can see it in the way they approach golf, a game notorious for its seriousness, with the same joy and intensity they brought to the football field. No conversation about Travis Kelce is complete without the mention of Taylor Swift. The pop megastar, currently in the midst of her record-breaking Eras tour, has been a fixture in the NFL star's life for nearly a year. Their relationship, chronicled in headlines and dissected in podcasts, has added a layer of intrigue to every public appearance Travis makes. As the brothers practiced, rumors swirled. Would Taylor make an appearance at the tournament? Was there a secret event planned for the weekend? A private party where the worlds of sports and pop music might collide? Entertainment, insiders hinted at surprises, and fans speculated wildly on social media. The possibility hung in the air, adding a charge to the already electric atmosphere. The tournament itself promised no shortage of star power. Alongside the Kelce brothers, the field included MVPs and Hall of Famers, Olympians and entertainers. Marty Fish, the former tennis pro and last year's champion, was back to defend his title. Steph Curry, fresh off a run for the ages in 2023, was aiming for another trophy. And Tony Romo, the NFL quarterback turned broadcasting star, lingered on the list of favorites. But it was the Kelce brothers who seemed to draw the most attention. Maybe it was the novelty of seeing football's fiercest siblings trade helmets for visors, or maybe it was just the sheer fun they brought to the game. Either way, as the sun dipped behind the mountains and the range emptied out, it was clear that the tournament's opening act had already stolen the show. Part of what makes golf tournaments so compelling is the tension that builds in the quiet moments. The hours before the first tee, the minutes spent alone on the range, the careful rituals of preparation. For the Kelce brothers, these moments were a chance to reconnect, to shake off the pressures of fame and focus on the simple joy of the game. They joked about their swings, analyzed each shot with the seriousness of seasoned pros, and paused now and then to soak in the scenery. Edgewood Tahoe, with its sweeping views of the lake and snow-capped peaks, is a place that demands attention. Even for two of the NFL's brightest stars, it was impossible not to be a little awed. As evening fell, the brothers packed up their bags and disappeared into the gathering dusk, leaving behind only the echo of their laughter and the faint scent of fresh-cut grass. For those lucky enough to witness it, the moment felt like a prologue, an early chapter in a story that was only just beginning. Friday dawned bright and clear, the promise of competition hanging thick in the air. The celebrity tournament at Edgewood Tahoe isn't just about golf. It's a spectacle, a celebration of sport and celebrity, a chance for fans to mingle with their heroes and for athletes to test themselves in a new arena. For Jason and Travis Kelce, it was also a reunion of sorts. They would play alongside Andrew Whitworth, the NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion, in the first round. The trio made a formidable team, each bringing their own brand of intensity and camaraderie to the fairways. As the day unfolded, the course came alive with stories. Charles Barkley, ever the entertainer, drew crowds with his unique swing and running commentary. Steph Curry dazzled with his skill and poise. Aaron Rodgers, cool and unflappable, played his cards close to the vest. And then there were the Kelce brothers, their every move followed by a throng of fans, their camaraderie on full display. Whether they were sinking putts or slicing drives into the rough, they played with a sense of joy that was infectious. It was clear they weren't just there to win. They were there to enjoy every moment, to make memories, and to share the experience with everyone watching. As the tournament rolled on, the rumors only grew louder. Would Taylor Swift make her grand entrance, turning the golf course into an impromptu concert venue? Would the Kelce brothers pull off an upset and claim the title? Or would they simply continue to steal the show with their humor, their talent, and their unmistakable bond? For fans, the answer hardly mattered. The real draw was the story itself, the chance to witness two of sport's biggest personalities step out of their comfort zone and into the spotlight once again. It was a reminder that greatness isn't just about winning. It's about the way you play the game, the way you connect with others, and the memories you make along the way. As the sun set over Lake Tahoe and the first round came to a close, one thing was certain: the Kelce brothers had already left their mark. And for everyone lucky enough to be part of the moment, the promise of more was enough to keep them coming back, round after round, story after story. Because with Jason and Travis Kelce, you never quite know what's coming next. And that's exactly why we can't look away.